Welcome to Moms After Dark. Here's your host, Carrie.
Good evening, moms and guardians. Welcome to Moms After Dark. My name is Carrie, and I am your host for this awesome adventure where it is okay to love drag queens. It is okay to drink vodka. It's okay to go buy yourself a candy bar, eat it, and not tell anyone. You know what else it's okay to do? Have an opinion. And it's also okay to call your vagina a vagina and not a cooter. Today, we are going to talk about I got body issues. All of us have them. But before we get started, I want you to make sure that you leave your judgy at the door. We don't need any judgment here. This is not about judgment. It's about educating ourselves with humor and love and just being moms and women and being successful with our lives. Our guest today is Sarah. So, Sarah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Sarah. I'm a mom of one little girl. I'm married, and I own Jolie's Photography Boudoir. I'm a boudoir photographer, so I see all sorts of bodies all day long.
Boudoir in the face.
Yes. If you don't know what boudoir is, sexy photos, lingerie photos, nude photos, that type of deal. Nude. I know. Nikki.
That's so cool. So what as a photographer, I know that there was probably other things that you did along the lines.
Way back when, yes, okay. I did it all.
What led you to the boudoir style, the boudoir emphasis?
You know, I had a client ask me if I did it. I said, yeah, sure. I had no idea what I was doing. And I just fell in love with it. I'm an art major from college, fine art painting, and I focused on bodies, on women's bodies. I had no idea why. Even back in high school, I went to a private Christian high school, and I'm over here painting naked bodies. And, and I had no idea. I was like, well, am I a lesbian? No, I like men. I think just women's bodies are so beautiful. They're so artistic. They have such diversity. And I decided that's what I wanted to focus on. It's art versus family photos and wedding photos and things like that. Those are memories. Your body is art. And I feel like I'm creating art when I do boudoir photography.
Jaw drop. Because I always thought, okay, one day, because I am a fluffy lady, I got more curves than any one woman should. Fluff. And I always thought, well, I've seen some of the bigger girls, but they got some curve and, little swerves and all the things. And I'm like, I don't have that. I just have rolls. Ooh, sorry. There's a
bug. I saw it. It was going in my face.
If I blow and my breast stings, I apologize.
Mine smells like wine and lasagna.
Nice. So I had salami. So we're garlic up.
Good. We're
beautiful.
good.
Beautiful. All right. So the way that you put it, and you were like, they've got these parts and it's beautiful and it's art. I never in my head thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Because, I grew up at probably a different time where I'm probably a little older than you, and I probably grew up, my mom never talked about that kind of stuff.
Mine neither.
So it was kind of like, it wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing for me to appreciate what I have.
Right.
But the older I get, the more I accept it, and the more that I know that it's okay to be a little fluffy.
And honestly, my clients who are a little older, I say older, 40s, 50s, because I get brides in 20s, Right. We all have issues, especially 40s, 50s, sagging, moms, bellies, all that stuff. But I will say that when you start to get older and your confidence starts to grow, those are my clients. Like, those are fun. It doesn't matter what your body looks like. Just you're learning to accept it, and this boudoir process kind of helps you accept it even more.
Okay.
But my sexier clients are my older clients, and it has nothing to do with their bodies.
I can see that. more thing that I want to talk about, because it's kind of along the same lines, and this is going to sound funny, but people disguising their body parts.
I do that. It's terrible. I admit it right away with my daughter.
These are your breasts.
I know. We call them bubbles. Because she
bubbles.
started calling them that, and so we just call them bubbles. She knows they're boobs. We call them boobs or bubbles, but bubbles. Yeah.
Bubbles.
I'm terrible with it.
There's so many names that they could be.
I know.
Fun milk
Titties.
jugs.
I love saying titties.
Fun buckets. All the things. Titties is fun to say.
Titties is fun to say.
Yeah,
It's my favorite.
And then I always make a joke at the beginning of the show about, calling your vagina a vagina. But so many names. I'm ready. Tell me, what does the daughters call it?
So we call it a potty.
Okay.
But you'll love, growing up, we didn't call it a vagina. My mom is French. We called it the French vagina, which is bisoun. So, I have a bisoun.
I feel so bisoun. I feel so
Yeah, so those are the two words. She just started calling it potty. We never changed it, and now it feels weird to say vagina, and I really have to. I am guilty of it. I have to stop it.
When we start to make up, and long time ago, I have two girls. There is an 18-year age gap.
Woo!
So I'm raising children in two different generations.
Absolutely.
I had to learn all new stuff for the teenager,
Right?
and I'm like, what does lit mean? Oh, now I know. Let's get lit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she looks at me like, really, Mom? But with the older one, I was very young, and, to me it was still, don't you dare call it a vagina, because my mom would be like, she can't even stand the word nipple. And I'm like, a nipple is a nipple. You put one on a bottle, too.
I don't even, I say nipple.
So,
it's terrible.
It's whatever. But, it was choo-choo. It's the choo-choo.
I saw it in your notes. I was like, tutu, really?
Right? Right? So I did that for so many years. And then I think with the younger one, I started that way. But then I caught myself and was like, why am I disguising this as something that should be, hidden away?
Right.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's yours. You're a woman. It's your vagina.
Yeah. Yeah, and in the studio, I call it a vag. Yeah, that's pretty much all I call it.
Yeah.
So, because it's kind of more neutral that way, and we embrace it in the studio, but everybody is still very,
And I think that just comes from,
from our parents' generation, honestly.
It is.
I think
that's another one of those things that this generation has to start changing.
And on a more serious note, I had a friend whose friend's kid was sexually abused, and the judge asked the girl, she said, "Where did he touch you?" And she said, "My private parts." And he was not charged because she could not say vagina. So from a safety level, they need to know what those parts are.
Absolutely.
And, because apparently private part is not great for the court.
Yeah, men walk around going, "Oh, look at my dick." It's like,
Right.
Bro, can we call it a penis?
Yeah.
With the boys.
We said penis a lot this weekend because my husband's kidney stone. And I still have trouble saying it. I don't know why. I don't like penis.
So what do you call it?
His crotch. I don't know. His dick. Yeah, I guess dick. Yeah.
The giggle stick.
What do I call it? Golly.
It's a giggle
he knows what I'm talking about, so I never even address it. I don't even know what I call it.
Hey guys, welcome to our first episode of Boost Bees. We're here at New Wave Nutrition. This is Nikki, the owner. We're gonna hang out for a little bit and talk about what Nikki does here at New Wave. Hey Nikki.
Carrie, how are you?
Fabulous. So, first off, when and why? did you start New Wave?
Oh my gosh. Well, we've been here for 10 years this year. We're celebrating 10 years in September.
Holy cow.
I know. It's been a really, really long time. And why we started, honestly, to be really honest, I didn't want to work for anybody else, so we just wanted to open up our own thing, and we kind of didn't really know what we wanted to do, but we knew we wanted to do our own thing because we wanted to really make a difference, and we felt the only way we could really do that is if we got to be in control of everything ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you do here? Tell me about.
Here specifically at New Wave, most of the people know us well. Our over-the-counter shakes and healthy energy teas. We call them loaded teas. We're like a healthy alternative for fast food. We can run, people can run in and out. They do curbside. People do call ahead orders. So it is really a healthy alternative to being out and about. Now, if you are really serious about your meal plan or whatnot, we do run weight loss challenges. We put people on meal plans. We do body composition. We do fitness classes. There are a lot of different things that we do.
Do you think that, like when body shaming is everywhere, I don't care what shape you're in.
It's the worst right now.
It is so bad. And I hate that kids are learning this from adults. Do you think it's weird that people body shame people of the opposite body type?
Oh, not at all. Because you want what you don't have.
I'm serious though. Please don't laugh at me. Sometimes I look at skinny chicks.
Oh, girl, me too.
And I look at them and be like, somebody needs to feed you a greasy cheeseburger.
Right. But could be
as I'm eating my greasy cheeseburger.
She is eating greasy cheeseburgers, and she has a thyroid thing that doesn't let her gain weight. I mean, I grew up with a girl who, she was this big, and I'm like, you need to gain weight. That's so unhealthy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she's like, I try. I eat everything. And I'm like, oh, fuck you.
No, that's totally true, though, but we don't consider that all the time.
No.
That should be my first inkling, like, oh my gosh, I wonder if she's okay, you know, if she's seeking medical attention, because that skinny bitch needs to eat a cheeseburger.
Right. Yeah, maybe she's anorexic. Who knows? And that derives from, body shaming.
Body shaming, body dysmorphia, all the things. There's a difference. I had to read up on this when I was doing a little research for the subject for today, because there's a difference between body dysmorphia and body dysphoria.
Yeah.
Body dysmorphia is an actual thing that, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a physical disorder?
It is a physical disorder where something is
wrong, like physically wrong.
Physically wrong, like your fingers are too big,
like
or
elephantitis or something like that. Yeah.
I can't. Why can I not think of that word? What is that word?
What? Physically wrong?
Yeah, it's the real thing.
A medical issue.
Body dysphoria is when we think that something's wrong. Like, I know that I only have 2 chins. But in my eyes, I see more chins than we know what to do with.
Right.
Like, they go from my nose to my navel. Like, that is way too many chins for one person to have. But that's what I see.
Oh, I know. It's that meme that the skinny girl looking in the mirror and, she's big. It's like, it is. You are not that.
You're not that. Why I wanted to talk about this subject is so that we can start educating moms to stop.
Oh, yeah.
Stop looking at other women in a negative way. Stop teaching your kids. Stop teaching your girls to think that they are supposed to be one way.
A certain way, yeah.
Stop teaching your sons to think that girls are supposed to look one way.
That's huge.
It is our job as parents to teach our children to be open-minded, open-hearted, and blind to many, many things. And this subject is huge for me because I've lived with this. Lives forever. it's slowly, as I get older, less F's given. You know, I'm just taking those F's and throwing them out the window. Like I'm giving them, you know, I don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
Can we make one?
We can't make one of the loaded teas because I already had yours here for you.
Okay.
But we are going to make one of our other popular drinks. It's actually a non-caffeinated item in a lot of pizza.
Okay.
This one is my favorite. It's called the Mermaid Water.
Ooh.
We have electrolytes in there. We have collagen in there, and it is just the prettiest drink ever. I love it. So let's get
So electrolytes for hydration.
Yes, collagen,
collagen,
hair, skin, nails,
nails, wrinkles, all
so
the
this
things.
is one without the caffeine in it, like I said. But yeah, you could put these in any of the loaded teas also.
All right.
A lot of different products have it. So all right, so we're gonna start you off with a cup.
Okay.
And you're just gonna add a scoop of both of our collagen and our electrolytes into that cup. And while you're doing that, I am gonna get us ready over here.
And there's just a little bit of water in this cup. So, all right,
that is our collagen. We call that Beauty Booster.
Strawberry
and it's a strawberry lemonade flavor.
That sounds yummy.
And then next is going to be our H3O. That is our electrolytes. That comes in an orange flavor, which very much complements that strawberry.
So right now we got strawberry and orange. That actually sounds super delicious.
Super good.
All right.
All right, now you're going to take the little zoot and you're going to zoot it. Yep. So my zoot.
Oh.
Yep. Get all that out, and then you're going to put a little bit of the Blue Blast in there and make a beautiful teal color. Yep, Blue Blast. Other side, yep. More. Good. And zoot it again.
Well, that sounds make me have to pee. It looks like a new wave.
Oh my goodness.
Look, can you get that on camera? It's a new wave.
Dump it in.
I know, I'm a nerd.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that color is gorgeous.
And the cool thing about these, most of our drinks are all sugar-free.
Okay.
The electrolyte ones, there's some sugar in there, but very, very minimal. And then you just top it off very slow.
Now these flavorings that you use, tell me about those.
Calorie-free flavoring, sugar-free as well. Honestly, if we are serving something in here, we are very mindful of our calorie count, our sugar count, all that.
Okay. This is really cool. I feel like I accomplished something serious today.
Look how pretty
and then
that
I love how
is.
you guys do
the little quotes
the positive quotes on your cups.
Our newest addition, we have a newer coach here. Her name is Tori, and she actually suggested that we start doing that.
This one says
place did.
Dream big. So you're going to be a mermaid and you're dreaming big.
Yes. This is a very popular drink for all of the kids as well. So
Very
when mom
cool.
comes in, gets her go-go juice, her loaded tea, then she doesn't feel bad about what she's giving her child too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
See Nikki from New Wave Nutrition in her complete interview and my review on our YouTube channel, Moms After Dark TV.
But you know, even thinking outside of just the boudoir, the human world, we're always looking for something that's wrong.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You know, it's
human
so
nature.
much easier for us to accept an ugly fact than it is to accept a beautiful one.
Girl, I know.
Okay.
Like my brain just automatically goes to what gives me anxiety. It doesn't go to what makes me happy.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting there in bed thinking, it's bad thoughts. Almost always.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how we are
It's
wired,
human nature.
unfortunately.
And you know what? I always feel like that goes like way back to like childhood-ish. Because, you know, and I am guilty of this, and I look at my daughter and I say, oh my gosh, you're built just like mommy. And I shouldn't because I'm way fluffier than she is. I've had 2 kids. I've had some medical things
Right.
going on. You know, there's a lot of different things why I hold this weight on. When I should say to her, hey, you look like mommy used to look like. Hey, girl.
When I was your age, I looked like her.
Yeah.
When you looked like me at my
So
age then.
how do you think we keep the kids understanding that this is not okay?
Yeah.
Being fluffy, being overweight,
Oh,
or
just-
being too thin,
Yeah.
or
I mean, just don't talk about, like, you talk about health.
Yeah.
That's so important. Be healthy. But I do tell my daughter she's beautiful. I just
right, we have to.
But I focus on how smart she is, how kind she is, how funny she is, how athletic she is, all these things.
Right.
And I teach her how to eat healthy. And it's not because you're going to eat healthy to be skinny. You're going
Right.
to eat healthy to have a good life.
To be healthy.
To be healthy. And I think I see more and more people going towards that route. But back when we were kids, I mean,
Yeah.
I had a 50s dad that, he still, I hope my parents won't watch this. I'm not going to tell them about it.
What are their names? Bill and Beulah.
Right?
This is your daughter talking shit about you.
Yeah. But I see, he still talks to my mom. My mom is not overweight. She's 70. I mean, she's got a belly. I mean, she's not overweight, though. And he still talks to her, you need to lose weight, all this stuff. Because he grew up in that housewife environment. And
Yeah.
that was translated to us kids. And so I'm hoping now we kind of, my husband is great at,
Yeah.
I mean, he loves me the way I am. If I complain about, man, that star, Carrie Underwood, dang, her legs are so good looking.
Right.
He's like, babe, they are paid to look like this. Like, she has,
True story.
She has nutritionists. She has people who make her
has
work out.
somebody, chef that
A
feeds
chef.
her the right
She's got a
foods.
nanny. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But going back to talking to our kids, I think looks should be way down there. Be prideful of how you look,
Right.
dress well,
Right.
take care of yourself.
Yes.
But that shouldn't be the goal, is to
Right.
look beautiful.
Beauty
like-
comes
and
when
goes.
your heart is full.
Right.
You know
Happy
what I
is
mean?
beautiful. I have that in my daughter's room. Happy
When
is
you're
beautiful.
active, when you're, you have your friends, you have a happy life, then it exudes.
Absolutely.
It exudes.
Hey ladies! Do you have a popular or not so popular opinion? Either way, we want to hear from you. Reach out with your ideas, give your opinions, tell us if you own a small business or even if you want to be a guest on our show. Can't wait to hear from you at afterdarkmoms@gmail.com.